Let's go.
And we're on. All right. Welcome to Bean Apple. I have had massive technical difficulties, which is why I'm now using the built-in camera, which luckily the microphone works. I finally got that, but for some reason, my camera keeps turning off after random periods of time. So I apologize for the quality that we're working with today and our tardiness. I do apologize for that, but with I think it's what actually happened was Sam Darnold getting traded just threw the my entire world into disarray. So I'm probably wearing my Sam Darnold one more time. I went with black today because I feel like it's fitting. It's almost funeralistic, right? So thank God this is over, right? I mean that's all I could say from my point of view, because John, you've probably witnessed all of my Facebook arguments and rants throughout the last 6 weeks or so about how it's time to move on, and now
11 years, 10 years, but yeah, somewhere around there.
Carry the 2. Yeah, somewhere right around there. So it's been rough, but at least now it's over. We know the direction that the Jets are going with. It is not going to be an offensive lineman. Thank God. Thank God. So I can actually stay on the entire show for the draft, and I will not be out completely blitzed drunk somewhere. So that's a good thing. I ordered my Zach Wilson jersey, custom jersey, so that's on its way. Super excited for that. So I'll be hopefully rocking that draft night in anticipation for it. And if it doesn't happen, then I'm still wearing it every single show. Anyway, so Travis, hey, welcome. I'm glad you actually look. He gets the notifications when there's no notifications. That's perfect.
I just shot him a message. Actually, he asked me if we were going live. I told him we were on now. So.
Perfect. So yeah. So this trade was not. I initially when I was like, oh, it's a 6th round pick for Sam. I was like, oh God, John's gonna eat me alive today. And then luckily I saw a 2nd and a 4th, and I was like, all right. I mean, a 2nd and a 4th next year, that could turn out to be a pretty decent pick. I mean, if Sam doesn't do any better, they got to pick up his 5th year option now. And from what I've read, is Teddy's likely on his way out.
No, so I what I was reading about Teddy's contract is this year's guaranteed, next year isn't. So if they cut Teddy, they're only going to save like $1 million or $2 million.
Okay.
So it's looking like they're going to keep Teddy. But so Trevor Lawrence Simmons, you think this is a good trade for Carolina? I mean, when I first read it, I said 6th round. Okay. So you give up a 2nd and a 4th. So the only thing I can think of is they like Sam Darnold more than they like, obviously not Trevor Lawrence. He's going first, probably Zach Wilson going 2nd. They like him more than Fields and Mac Jones and everybody else because they're not trading up now. So that just took a trade partner away because they obviously couldn't get the 2. The Jets weren't giving it up.
Mm-hmm.
Worse, probably kept secret for the NFL draft was the Jets were taking a quarterback. They are. But like Jim and I were talking, Joe, as you were trying to get your computer going there. So who's his mentor? So let me tell you who his potential mentors are.
Which individuals? Sam?
So yeah.
No.
Zach Wilson?
Yeah. So Nick Mullins, Brian Hoyer. This one, Jim and I both agreed wouldn't be a bad guy. Alex Smith, Robert Griffin, Blaine Gabbert, Matt Barkley, Blake Bortles, AJ McCarron.
We are way out of mentor areas here, I think.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So you're going to throw this guy to the Wolves. They have a suspect O-line, really don't have the best weapons in the world yet. I mean, they really don't. Who's their running back? What, Frank Gore? Is Frank Gore going to average 2.4 yards a carry again for the 9th straight year?
No, he's waiting. He's a free agent waiting for Adam Gase to sign somewhere, so he gets moved. So,
Travis, I agree with you, but I mean they lost they lost Samuel, right? So they get who they get back? They get Christian McCaffrey back in Carolina.
Yeah, you got Robbie Anderson. He gets his boy Robbie Anderson.
Yep, and who else?
In Carolina, DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. Okay, so no tight end. They don't have a tight end yet. Who knows? Maybe they're going to draft a tight end now. I don't think Pitts is going to be there, but I don't see that. Who knows? Maybe they're going to go wide receiver now, in the first round with the 9th pick. But you are right. Some weapons there, but is he even going to beat Teddy out? I don't know.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Right. Who starts the season? Who is the starter for the Panthers? Or are they going to try and flip Teddy now somewhere?
Maybe.
That's kind of what I was getting. It sounds like he's on his way out, because why trade for Sam when you've got to pick up his 5th year? It's going to be 17 million, right? 20 million. So you're gonna roll the dice on just 1 year. Like, you kind of have to move on. This is Bridgewater's last year anyway.
Right.
So
right.
Once he moves on, then you got a 1-year audition with Sam, and then you've got to make a decision. Then you're in the same spot the Jets are in right now, because they were. If he was staying, it was a 1-year audition, make or break. Now you get 2 years with Sam starting. You have to flip Teddy.
That is very true. Very true.
Maybe to Denver.
Denver. Who else is Denver's right behind them, right, in the draft this year? So did they take Teddy now?
I mean,
who else is? What are the teams really are looking for a quarterback right now?
New England, Denver.
Oh yeah, your team. Yeah, I forgot. I
mean, I wouldn't mind Teddy on New England at all. I like Teddy Bridgewater, but I don't think that's who Belichick's looking for, to be quite honest. And Travis is right. So they first tried shipping him to Detroit for Stafford. So you're right. So maybe they are going to turn this around. And that I mean, I'll tell you what, I hope they trade Teddy to Denver, because now maybe New England can move up to maybe 6 or 7, somewhere around there, and maybe grab Fields. I mean, I would love that, because I don't think Atlanta's going quarterback anymore now that they restructured Matt Ryan's contract. Trade us Matt Ryan. I'll take Matt Ryan instead. But I don't know. But is Carolina going to trade Teddy and then hope Darnold it truly doesn't suck? Yeah,
that is strange. I mean, so he's on the block. So you're telling me they think Darnold is going to be better than Teddy? He's a better option for them than Teddy is? I don't think so.
No way. I mean, what have you seen from Darnold to that wouldn't be bad. But what have you seen from Darnold to say, you know what, we're gonna 5th-year option him. This is our guy for the next 2 years. If that doesn't work out, the GM will be fired. Like, should be fired. If they trade Teddy, now that I think about it, what a terrible move that would be. Yeah. But they don't like him.
Well, what are you going to do with him, though? I mean, he's a starting quarterback. Yeah. Even going to Jacksonville, that's a waste. He's
not really. Then Lawrence can sit behind him.
Trevor Lawrence isn't going to sit behind anybody. I mean, that's not. You telling me Urban Meyer?
Urban
Meyer came out to sit Trevor Lawrence for Teddy Bridgewater? I don't
know, but I mean,
no. The fans down there
start the season, but I mean, I don't know. And the thought of either rookie quarterback starting is kind of insane.
I mean, what about even the Texans? Right, the Texans. I mean, what's going to happen with Watson? Is he even going to get to play this year?
I don't know.
Is the NFL going to step in? Does Texas call about Teddy? Maybe
they may. 22 today. I mean, number 22 just.
They've got to suspend him soon.
Right. There's something has to. I can't believe it hasn't happened already.
Yeah.
You would have to think there's some kind of suspension looming for him. Right. Mm-hmm. First 3 to 4 weeks, something for sure.
Exactly.
So you have to have who's quarterback?
It's going to be indefinite. He's going to get suspended indefinitely until it's cleared.
So
I mean,
I think so too.
I think he's talking about if he went to the Jags. I think that's what he's getting at. I could see it for the first 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. We're way behind. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's like a 30-second delay. I got to remember that.
Yeah, there's like a 30 to 45-second delay that they're hearing us. Yeah. Or we're seeing their responses.
So let's come back to Sam here for a second and the Jets, because kind of the direction of the show in the first part here is, what do you think? So what do you think of these picks? And now that it's basically Zach Wilson at 2, what are you thinking? I mean, because John, you of all people have been all over the place on where the Jets are going to go at number 2. Now I think it's pretty set that Fields is not the option. Fields is falling faster
Why,
than a
though?
rock.
Why
and
is
I wanna,
he falling?
Yeah, and I want to get into that in the second half
Yeah.
of the show.
He's
break
done
this up.
nothing to
But-
fall. To me,
yeah.
he's done nothing to fall.
But now, as a Patriots fan, there's a new quarterback coming into the division.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it? What does it mean to you?
So
Is it a good move?
I mean, it's what the Jets think is their best move. So they're obviously going to go Zach Wilson, which I still think it should be Fields. I still think Fields is going to be an NFL quarterback, a better NFL quarterback. But anyways, so this is what it tells me. So they got rid of Sam. So he's obviously going to be starting the season out, unless you get like a Alex Smith, because nobody else I named on that list is a mentor or a starting NFL quarterback. So unless they go after Alex Smith, he's starting. So he's going to be starting.
Can I caveat that with one?
Sure, of course.
With one point, I think one of the other names that you mentioned in Nick Mullins would also be, because of the fact that he's coming out of the offense that the Jets are instilling or are going to instill in New York. So if anybody's going to be able to teach him, not necessarily how to be a quarterback, but help him pick up the offense and learn the offense, that would be a good play just for that reason.
I could see that too, if that's the offense they're going to bring in. But I mean, do we even know what system they're going to run yet? I don't know. I'm not following the Jets that close right now. But so kind of a suspect offensive line right now, you have to admit. Wide receivers yet. They got Davis. They got Crowder. They got a great tight end on paper who still hasn't proven he can catch a football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the running game is.
Unknown in Denzel Mims.
Yeah. Defense is still. I know they signed a couple people, but defense is are they going to help any quarterback on that team when they throw a pick in the deep in the other team's territory? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just you watch these rookie quarterbacks come in to teams that aren't really set up, and my kind of how I'm going to twist this a little bit. Like whoever goes to San Francisco has a leg up. They may not be the better quarterback at 3, but boy, do they have a leg up going to that team versus the Jets and Jags. So now you got Zach Wilson probably coming in starter from day one. And I don't know. I mean, could Patrick Mahomes succeed with the Jets last year? Probably not.
When you say,
could he succeed with this team again next year? You know what I mean? It's asking a lot.
Do you think Zach Wilson is an upgrade to Sam Darnold?
I don't know. I mean,
I would say the same thing. I don't know either.
If you're the GM and you're making the bet right now, you're sitting at 2 and you're making that decision. Are we going Sam or are we taking Zach Wilson at 2? What's your call? What's the
hype was on Sam 3 years ago.
It was.
Sam Darnold was Zach Wilson 3 years ago. He was number 1 on the Jets chart. So you're basically saying, God, Rob, I hope so. God,
Could you
I hope
imagine?
so. It'd be perfect. And then they signed Blaine Gabbert. That'd be perfect.
And then they sign me as the quarterback.
Yep.
But I mean, here's the thing. This is what they thought Sam Darnold was going to be 3 years ago, right? So Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, same rated quarterback on the Jets, except for maybe Trevor Lawrence. I'm sure they have Trevor Lawrence ahead of Zach Wilson.
Right.
Or you would hope they would.
Yes.
But still, I mean, they thought Sam Darnold was the number 1 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Everybody did.
Right. Well, except Cleveland. It kind of turned out right for them. I mean, I hate Baker Mayfield, but he's been okay.
Who would have thought Cleveland got it right?
So, I mean, Joe, maybe that gives you hope. But, I mean, how good do we know? I don't know. I still think Carolina gave up way too much on the trade. Yeah. Is Zach Wilson an upgrade? I mean, we don't know. I mean, nobody can predict that yet because that team is not good.
Right. They're not. And so to me, if I'm the GM and I'm sitting there trying to decide which way I go, I call Seattle and I say, does Russell really want out of there? What do we do? How do we get Russell to the Jets? Why isn't that an option?
I mean, they have enough draft picks. You're right.
Trade out the number 2 pick. Wow. Take Russell right now, plug him in. Jets have a proven quarterback, as opposed to who knows, roll of dice.
Yeah, but we already talked. The reason they're not going to move Russell Wilson is he's got what, a $40 million cap hit.
Yeah,
It's
But
too
still,
much to absorb.
But if he wants out, is there any deal that could be made? That would be
I
one of
don't
my
think
first
so.
calls.
I
That'd
mean,
be one of my first calls. You see, people do crazy things. Are they
and
willing
it-
to eat some of
yeah.
it, half of it? You don't know. You have to make the call.
Yeah, I don't know if they did or not, but that's not the way. That's not the way this is playing out.
Well,
well,
I would be
now.
checking on it. I'd be checking under every rock and before I make my final decision on which way I'm going to go forward.
Yeah, but I mean, you're sitting at number 2, so you're potentially taking somebody that you're going to have, and this is the constant Jets carousel, God knows. But because to be honest with you, 3 years ago, I was, and Sam Darnold's still young. He's younger than Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Yes. So I was like, man, the potential is there that Sam Darnold is a 20-year franchise quarterback because of his age. I mean, he's still 23 years old.
That's crazy. Yep.
Right. So if he played till he was 40, you could have had 20 years there of premier quarterback play. It didn't work out, but Russell Wilson's what, 29, 28, 29. So he's, do you take somebody who's 22 and get all those extra years, or do you get somebody that could potentially be declining here in the next 3 or 4 years?
Right, but it still may
go from
take you
there.
3 or 4 years to get up to speed. And I mean, do you want to win now, or do you want to win in 2027?
Well,
Right?
is
I mean,
Russell,
what are you
Russell
trying to-
Wilson enough for the Jets to win right now?
I don't know.
That's
I mean, but at least
that's
you
a
get a guy
conversation.
like we
give
talked
him
about
a
with
much better chance. That's for damn
absolutely.
sure.
Like we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about with Watson. It's the same thing. You bring a guy in that you can plug him in and go.
Yeah.
Right. Give him the offense. I mean, you got to give him some help on the line, but as opposed to, bringing in an unknown college kid or
Yeah.
staying with Darnold, which neither one, you don't really know what you have, but with a Russell Wilson or with a Deshaun Watson, you know what it is. You know what you got, at least,
No, that is true. That is true.
That's how I would look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so
Or even a Bridgewater. I mean, what's going on with Bridgewater? Is he,
that would be funny to bring him back again. That would be pretty cool.
What's that?
Teddy.
Oh, with Teddy.
Yeah.
And so they are unhappy with Teddy in Carolina. We can keep talking about this trade, but they're unhappy with Teddy there. But he didn't have McCaffrey last year. It was a brand new system, and now they have no number one. Who's the number one? What, DJ Moore?
DJ Moore. Yeah, he still had.
Is he a true number one though? I mean, honestly, does
he's-
anybody look at him as a true number one?
He's probably a low end.
Low end one, high
I'd
two.
say so. I mean, he
You
had
know,
what,
Robbie
like
Anderson.
900 yards roughly. I think it
Right.
was. I don't think he hit 1,000, but
Now, if they draft somebody like Waddle, put him in the slot, or Smith and put him in a slot, man, that'd be killer. I don't think Pitts is going to last that
man.
long.
yeah, if they could get Devontae Smith to pair up with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore,
Christian
with McCaffrey in the back, you're going to find out what Sam Darnold is real quick.
Find a tight end.
Real quick. You're going to find out if Sam Darnold's
But
good
he also has
quarterback
to
or
learn
not.
the offense too. You know what I mean? He's not going to
He
step in
does.
day one and learn the offense. And
But those weapons at that point, oh man.
well, then there's pressure on him to actually
Wait,
play
what if
well.
he-
And who knows? Maybe he'll do well. Maybe he needed that pressure.
yeah.
I mean, I think the Jets made a great trade, Joe. I'm going to give the Jets credit right now.
Oh, here we go. Let me sit back and
To
enjoy
me-
this for a second.
To me, they absolutely robbed Carolina. Carolina must be in a panic mode right now. They're just like, hey, what do you want? Tell me. Okay, you want a 6, a 2, and a 4? Absolutely, man. I would have given you a 4, a 1, and a 3 probably.
Well, they
But I
said they
mean-
were negotiating all weekend.
I just can't believe they gave up 3 picks for Darnold. So that's telling me they're not trading up, like we said.
Yeah.
There's no way they're trading up now because now you're franchising, not franchising, but picking up the 5th-year option on Darnold.
Mhm.
Like Travis was talking about, they obviously are going to trade Teddy, which I don't understand why you'd want to move from him after 1 year. I guess I don't get that, but okay. I honestly, I think Carolina's in just as bad of a situation as they were 4 hours ago because they don't know what they have with Sam Darnold. They gave
Yeah.
up a 2 for next year, which I'm floored.
And you said that would never happen. You said they'd never get a 2 for Sam.
Yeah.
Carolina's they must really dislike Teddy. If I'm Teddy Bridgewater, I'm like, fucking trade me. Just trade me now.
Right.
If you're trying this hard to replace me, send me somewhere else because I don't want to
but
play for you anyway.
where's he going to go? Does he want to go to the Texans? No. Where's he going?
No, I don't know. But
okay, maybe Denver. But I mean, where
anywhere but Carolina,
even attractive.
Yeah, but who's going to be getting the reps now?
Right, that's the question.
They're going to give Darnold the reps.
Yeah,
they're going to have
has to be.
So it's like, come on, but I don't know.
You guys. So I'm very much on the fence as a Joe Douglas fan because I am not impressed with this last year's draft, and I've said that. I think he missed a whole lot. He reached a whole lot, but I will give him props on the fact that man could make trades. I mean, you talk about maximizing value. You know, the Jamal Adams trade, 2 first-round picks. He flipped Sam for a second and a fourth next year. And if Sam sucks like he did in New York, that second round pick could be, one of the top 5 picks coming out. You know,
I'm guessing a mid-round pick. I'm guessing with McCaffrey back, he's gonna.
He'll win him a couple games by himself. But
yeah, there'll be a 6 to 7 to 8 win team, I think, because they drafted all defense last year. Yeah. I mean, they're only going to get better, and that's the second year at the helm there. I think Carolina will be okay. Yeah. But the quarterback position, man, it's
important. I mean,
yeah. And Rob, you talked about the kid from North Dakota State. I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on Trey Lance.
No,
I'm just not. That's a project. You know what? That would be somebody to go to San Francisco and sit for a year or two behind Jimmy G. Because if he goes out and starts right away, I mean, he is a run-first quarterback. And I was watching some highlights on him and the kid from Florida, which I'll talk about later. But the Trey Lance, if his first read, if he doesn't throw the ball in the first 3 or 4 seconds, he's running. And he will get demolished in the NFL like that. He will just get demolished.
Right. I mean, and the inexperience. Yeah,
what, 19 games?
It's not even the fact that, I know Zach Wilson takes a lot of heat for just playing at BYU and not playing elite competition, but this guy played 1 game, and he didn't even look that great in it this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he played the 1 game. It was completely mediocre, and then that was it for their season. And now he's going to transfer into an NFL caliber quarterback like that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If he cannot be drafted, Atlanta, maybe
Atlanta
behind Matt Ryan,
to sit by Matt Ryan for 2-3 years.
But man, if he has to step in right out the gate,
I mean, I hope not, because out of everybody, and like I said, I like the kid from Florida. The more I watch that guy, man, I'll tell you what, Patriots want to move up to 4, take Trask from Florida. But
they don't need to move up. They don't need to move up. But
you're right. They could probably sit there.
They could get him in the second. But so I got mine on order too, bud. Wilson, number 1. My Wilson 1 jersey, black, just like this.
Russell Wilson?
So
we'll see. I can't go wrong either way in that.
Right, just Wilson, right. And hopefully you get the right number.